I'm Crystal, the prep behind the Perfume Preppy, and before we get started with today's review, be sure to click like or subscribe for more fragrance-related content. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for today's review, I'm going to be reviewing Elie Saab's Le Parfum. This was his first foray into fragrance. And Elie Saab, for all the fashion heads out there, may be familiar to you. He's actually the designer who was behind the dress that Halle Berry wore when she won her Oscar. And this was his first foray into fragrance. So I have my fact card here. So Elie Saab Le Parfum, it launched in 2011. The top notes are African orange flower, middle notes are jasmine, base notes are white honey, patchouli, rose, Virginia cedar. It's a very feminine scent, and it's in the flowery, woody composition scent family. So this is actually my second bottle. This is an eau de parfum, as you know from my very first video where I break down the concentration. Eau de parfum is still relatively high in fragrance oil in the alcohol base. And this is a 3-ounce bottle. So initially, the very first bottle that I bought of this, it was a 1.7 ounce, and I had seen it in a magazine. I think it was like Vanity Fair when it first came out. And it, you know how they have like the little scent strip so you can smell it. And I loved the ad campaign. It's a woman in this really flowy, beautiful gown. And the gown was almost the same color as the fragrance itself there, if you can see that. And I smelled it, and I was just like, oh my God, that smells so good. But it was in, higher end department stores. And it just so happens, like maybe, I don't know, probably about 6 months later, I was in TJ Maxx, and I was just, just kind of walking around, and I saw their clearance section, and there was a bottle of it. Once again, it was a 1.7 ounce. It was also an eau de parfum. And I was like, oh my gosh, there it is. Nobody knew what it was. And, with perfumes, a lot of people, like I said, don't like to blind buy, and I totally get that. Nobody knew what it was. It was marked down, final clearance, $7. Box wasn't open. So obviously I jumped on it because I was like, someone else may know what this is, and I don't want them to get it because, I didn't want to be like, I can just come back later. So I bought it. And from the moment I sprayed it on, just, oh my gosh, it's just heaven. Absolutely. And as I said before, usually I'm very wary of scents that have patchouli in them. They do not break down well on me, but this is one that does. I think it may be because it's a base note, but it's blended with, honey, and it's blended with the jasmine and African orange flower. So I think because of that, it happens to break down very well, but it's a very feminine fragrance, and you don't need a lot of it. Like I said, I have the eau de parfum. So you just minimal dabs on your heat points, which once again, I talked about in my first video. But yeah, so this one was one of the ones that I rebought during the pandemic. I ran out of that little tiny bottle, which it took me a while. As I said, you don't need a lot of it. It's a really feminine scent, but it very much lasts. And once you have it on those heat points, that's it. You don't need any more. So I rebought it during the pandemic, and I got it on fragrancenet.com. As I said, if you're looking for, a place to buy your fragrances online, I always talk about them. They're a great resource for that. They always run sales. So if you sign up for their emails, there's coupons like right in their emails. So if you like click on it and go from there, they have coupons that are attached to your purchase at checkout. But yeah, so I've loved this scent ever since I smelled it. But yes, usually it is in higher end department stores. There have also been a couple spin-offs. There is Le Parfum Intense, and there's Le Parfum Nuit, which is like a darker version of this. So I'm interested in smelling those, and when I do, I'll probably do a review on those as well. But yeah, so I just wanted to jump on here real quick and talk about Elie Saab Le Parfum. So if you do see it out, or even Google it, or go on FragranceNet, it is absolutely worthwhile, especially if you tend to do well with any of those notes I mentioned. Also, another resource that you heard me talk about that I'll go back to really quick, TJ Maxx, a lot of those, they have wonderful scents that you can pick up that you don't even think about it, because I think most times you go to TJ Maxx, you're just kind of wandering around. But be sure to check out their fragrance section. I have gotten a lot of really nice higher end perfumes there, especially during Christmas season when they first restock. You can get a lot of really nice scents there without necessarily breaking the bank, or if they don't have it at like the higher end ones, or they're sold out. Always check back there. They usually keep a pretty decent fragrance section. So with that, we'll go ahead and end today's video. Once again, as I said in the beginning, be sure to click like or subscribe. So thank you for tuning in. And next week, I think I will probably be doing another review. I'm not quite sure yet. I may even do just kind of a live review while I'm perfume shopping. So we'll see. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.